What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Bull Combo. I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. It's been another week in the Metaverse, and that means we have another weekly Metaverse update to get to. But before we get started, if you guys like these videos, if you like blockchain, Metaverse style videos, NFTs, blockchain gaming style videos, make sure to consider subscribing to the channel. Not only do I bring that content on the weekly basis, but I have noticed that over 50% of the viewers that watch these videos still aren't subscribed. So guys, if you're finding some value in them, if you enjoy them, if you appreciate any part of it, consider hitting that subscribe button. I promise I won't spam you guys with a bunch of ridiculous content. Do my best to put out the stuff I can put out that I think is interesting and that I think will be high quality enough for you guys to appreciate. So make sure to smash that like button, help support the channel, and push this video out to other people that might appreciate it as well. All right, guys, so let's jump right into this week's weekly Metaverse update. So as always, we're going to kick things off with Earth2. So we had some interesting developments in Earth2 over the last few days. EPLs were recently announced, and a countdown timer was posted on the Earth2 website. So for those of you that aren't familiar, EPLs are basically like a unique URL that you can create or purchase to link directly to your land, to make it easier for people to find your land. Now, this timer was posted on the site shortly after the announcement. And then what happened was basically Shane went into the main Discord for Earth2 Gen Chat, and there was a lot of flack and a lot of kickback regarding the idea of these costing $E. A lot of people thought that these should be purchasable with Essence, and there was a lot of negative feedback really given in the Discord, and it looks like to an extent Shane did listen to the community, because shortly after that the countdown timer was pulled off the website, and then there was a tweet that followed that basically stating that the team is going to be reworking the EPL model to allow for it to be purchased with $E or Essence. So that's something that appears has since been done. Countdown timer has been re-added to the site, and it looks like we probably will see those in the next 3 or 4 days. That said, personally, I don't see a ton of value in EPLs right now or in the near future, only because there's really nothing hosted there for people to access. So I know that this is something that occurs in some other metaverses, like Decentraland, for instance. They do have the ability for you to purchase this unique link to your land. Not only that, you can resell it, so you can purchase a specific unique name, and then you can resell that name on the secondary marketplace so that someone else can utilize it within Decentraland. So I can see the allure there from a buy and sell perspective, but from a utility perspective, I don't see a ton of use for EPLs right now. You could try to use it to promote a brand in an off way, but there's not a lot you can host within the Earth2 site right now that makes that really worthwhile. So while I understand people are excited about a new feature being added to it, I don't really see the value in EPLs. And some might say, well, hey, it's in Decentraland and it's working out well there. And that's very true, but Decentraland's also a metaverse that can be visited. And that is a very, very different story than what Earth2 currently is. So I would prefer that we see some more hints at some gameplay, maybe some updates on some of the core gameplay mechanics, maybe some teases of that. I know we've been waiting on a video from Nathaniel for, I guess, a couple months now, kind of with some updated technical gameplay, etc. So that's really all we can hope for right now. That said, not too enthused about the idea of EPLs. It's encouraging to see that the E2 team has kind of backtracked a little bit and allowed Essence to be another form of currency to purchase them, but we're really going to have to see exactly how this shakes out long term and if there really is even any value in EPLs as a whole. The Sandbox. So this week was the first taste of a Metaverse multiplayer experience within the Sandbox. The Sandstorm meetup occurred earlier this week, and it saw a select group of individuals that were invited allowed into this unique multiplayer experience or unique multiplayer event within the Sandbox. Now, while this is the first of many, and this is just a taste of what we can expect as the Sandbox develops and evolves and as the Metaverse multiplayer experience goes live. So for a lot of Sandbox users, landowners, etc., it was a very exciting event. Just being able to see it, it was live streamed as well, so being able to see people hanging out together inside of the Sandbox was a very cool experience. We know for a fact that the alpha should be coming later this month with some additional multiplayer experiences available to a select group of users, so we're just going to have to keep an eye out for that specifically. But there was a few other updates in regards to the Sandbox this week. They had the week 2 of the Walking Dead land sale, and that looks like it went off really well. This week saw them selling 502 lands and 95 premium lands for sale, and these premium lands also came with several unique Walking Dead themed NFT assets, which is very cool. I think what's most impressive about this is it looks like all of the regular lands sold out pretty quickly. And considering the fact sand's hovering around $1 right now, that really just means that there's an impressive level of demand here, even at that price point. Since lands cost 1,011 sand, it looks like people are paying around $1,000 for these lands right now, and still they are selling out within a matter of minutes. So very interesting to see that going down. In addition to that, we have some new Sandbox Game Maker Bootcamp classes opening up for September and October. So if you're looking to become more familiar with the Sandbox Game Maker, if you really want to up your skills creatively within the sandbox and become sandbox certified at the same time, then I definitely recommend signing up for one of those classes. I haven't attended it myself. I've heard that they're extremely valuable and that the information within it is extremely beneficial to new and experienced creators. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check that out. And the last update I had regarding the sandbox was just regarding the announcement of the Beach Pool Party NFT collection that went live. So if you are looking to gather some new NFTs inside of the sandbox space, if you want to have some new assets to place inside your lands, make sure to go ahead and check them out and have some fun in the sun. BMW. Yes, you guys heard that right. I just said BMW. So BMW has just announced the creation of their metaverse, Joytopia. This is a metaverse that BMW created on their own to establish their own unique brand experience. And it's going to be holding a live Coldplay concert here in the near future. Users are going to be able to have avatars, they'll be able to interact, create their own spaces, and yes, even take selfies. So we can expect a lot more information on this in the near future. It's an interesting direction for BMW to take, just because I think there's already so many established metaverse platforms out there. If they wanted to, they could definitely create their own presence in an existing metaverse. Very interesting to see them deciding to create their own metaverse experience. Obviously, it comes with a series of advantages and disadvantages. The main advantage being they have a level of control. They have full control over the experiences that go down within this metaverse. And probably the main disadvantage is just the fact that it's going to lack a larger metaverse experience, which means it's going to decrease the opportunity for organic exploration and organic discovery. People are really going to have to want to visit the BMW metaverse specifically in order to access it, rather than it being just another brand experience within a much larger metaverse ecosystem. So I could see it working out in some ways and maybe not being as beneficial in others. Regardless, it's really interesting to see a car company not only jumping into the metaverse full steam, but creating their own metaverse right from the start. Wild stuff coming out of BMW. Roblox. So it's been a couple weeks since Roblox has made its way onto this list, and it is back in a big way because we have several updates to get through when it comes to Roblox. So first off, Vans has announced a partnership with Roblox. It's going to see Vans bringing a skateboarding world to the Roblox metaverse experience. The virtual environment has been conceived as a place for people to come together and perform stunts and tricks, with the ability to fully tailor their appearance from head to toe through functionality such as custom shoes and even a skate shop. Fans will even be able to customize their appearance and purchase the clothes to wear back in the real world. Additionally, Hyundai is also entering the Roblox metaverse with Hyundai Mobility Adventure. This is going to see a specific Hyundai-themed land with 5 different sections that allow users to interact, race, and experience the latest advancements in Hyundai technology, all in an engaging metaverse setting. And the final announcement from Roblox was regarding spatial voice. Some of you guys might know this more as proximity-based voice chat. It basically allows users to chat through their microphone and have their voice come out of their character within the Roblox metaverse. Now, obviously, individuals would only be able to hear them if they're in close proximity to them, so that's where the spatial voice comes into play here. Again, proximity-based voice chat. It doesn't look like this is going to be enabled for all users. It looks like it will only be enabled for users above a certain age, for multiple reasons, obviously, but nevertheless, it's an interesting feature to add, and it's just one step closer to creating that in-depth level of metaverse experience that I think people are looking to have. I consider Roblox a metaverse experience just because of how broad and expansive the full-on game is. I do think that there are parts of it that make it very broken up and disjointed and not quite how one would imagine a metaverse being, specifically when it comes to the way you select the different lands to enter, the way the metaverse is hosted, just the sheer overwhelming number of games, and then obviously the fact it's not blockchain based, so you can't really resell your items and there's nothing NFT about it. So there are some drawbacks to it. Nevertheless, they are really pioneering some of the newer concepts that are probably going to expand into some of those other metaverse platforms. So really cool stuff here all around. I'm particularly interested in that Vans partnership just because the idea of selecting some virtual clothing for your avatar and then being able to buy that in the real world is very cool. We're seeing that start to become a thing, and seeing a large company like Vans do this just shows that a lot of other brands are going to jump on board. And you're going to see that later on in this update, There's a couple other brands that are doing some similar things. Pools. Pools is making their way onto the list for the first time with their announcement of a $2 million fund dedicated to investing in promising NFT and Metaverse gaming projects. Pools will be looking out for the most interesting Metaverse and NFT gaming projects that bring a unique perspective and can offer an immersive and profitable user experience. Co-founder and chief marketing officer of Pools, Liam Cohen, said, quote, "Metaverses are not just the future of games, but also the future of economy on the internet." Pools is a decentralized cross-chain IDO platform. It's built on top of Web 3.0 infrastructure, and it's designed to assist crypto industry projects in raising funds before listing. The Pools platform has already integrated with many different blockchains, and it's in discussion with more than 10 of the biggest blockchain networks right now. Guys, this reminds me a lot of Polygon Studios and Animoca brands and their attempts to invest in up-and-coming play-to-earn blockchain-based games and up-and-coming NFT-based projects. It's something that these larger companies are looking to, rather than investing in existing metaverse platforms that are already established and have made their way up the ladder. They're looking for brand new projects and games that have that potential, that haven't really found their footing yet and kind of need that additional assistance to get to that point. So we're going to see a lot more companies like this investing in those up-and-coming metaverse play-to-earn blockchain NFT style games. Obviously, the direction of gaming as a whole is moving this way. I don't really think there's any stopping it at this point. We'll probably see some pushback from a lot of the larger game brands because they don't want to lose control of all those microtransactions, but at some point it's going to happen, guys. So just another interesting trend here from Pools, and I imagine we're going to see many other companies looking into this style of investment in the near future. Division Network. So the Division Network is back on this list for the first time in a couple weeks as well, and this time we're talking about how they're going to be hosting the 1-year anniversary of the Binance Smart Chain. During the celebration, users are going to be able to enjoy different activities such as taking part in games, dancing competitions, airdrops, and treasure hunts to earn NFTs. This is according to the team behind the Division Network. They will also have one of the biggest airdrops during the BSC anniversary celebration. In addition to the activities, the event will be broadcast globally, making it one of the largest crypto events of 2021. So in order to participate in this, users can enter the events section on the Division Network landing page, and then they can pre-register and receive notice when the Division World will be available to access. So amongst some of the participants is X World Games, Splinterlands, Bunny Park, MyDefi Pet, Alpaca Finance, BabySwap, Liquidify, Gala Games, and many others. This just seems like another in the long line of virtual experiences or virtual events that are starting to take shape inside of the established metaverse platforms. We've seen it happening in Decentraland, we've seen it happening in the Sandbox now, and we're seeing it happen in the Division Network. I imagine we'll see it happen in other platforms as well. Very cool to see them partnering with such a large company like Binance to celebrate this pretty momentous occasion. And I imagine in the near future we're going to have a little bit more detail on what this is going to look like, but nevertheless, I think we're going to have a lot more virtual experiences like this. And I'm pretty excited about this, to be honest, because I think virtual events are going to be the breakthrough, the way that not only blockchain, but VR and AR kind of make it mainstream. So curious to see what other kinds of stuff we see like this in the near future. And kudos to Division Network for hosting such an awesome celebration with Binance. All right, guys, and the last update for this week was actually a super interesting one, so I saved this for last, and this is from the Utah Jazz. Yes, guys, you heard that right, the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz are jumping into the NFT world with a first-of-its-kind virtual locker room experience. So basically, this is going to pair a digitally designed NFT with premier access into a virtual locker room. It's also going to include a once-in-a-lifetime experience that will give the owner the opportunity to interact with Jazz legends. So those who purchase Tier 1 of the NFT will be given the opportunity to virtually tour a direct representation of the Jazz locker room, and they'll also be mailed an Oculus virtual headset in order to partake in the event. So for those looking for a slightly less expensive option, you could purchase the Tier 2 version of the NFT, and it's going to give you all the benefits of Tier 1, except it's not going to send you the Oculus virtual headset. So in addition to that, guys, this is not a one-time only opportunity. The Jazz plan on selling multiple NFTs throughout the year, each ideally with a different Jazz icon represented, whether it be a player, coach, owner, part owner, or former player. The first Jazz NFT collectible will be made available to the public at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, September 7th. and it's going to run through Wednesday, September 15th, unless it sells out earlier. So these can be purchased on Rarible, and they will be on the Ethereum blockchain, guys, so be prepared for gas fees. And there will only be 30 NFTs made available for this opportunity, so this is a very limited time event. Guys, this is extremely cool. I'm a big sports fan, and while I'm not a huge basketball fan, I'm a massive NFL fan, and I think that this is the start of a very cool set of experiences we're going to see coming out of sports teams, sports brands as a whole. Virtual locker room experiences, virtual meet and greets, things like that. Being able to purchase a tier 1 level NFT that not only gives you access with this NFT that I assume you're going to be able to hold forever, you also get the virtual experience, and they send you a physical item in the form of an Oculus headset. So again, guys, I think we're going to see a ton of these style opportunities coming out in the near future, mixing digital NFT style items with real world physical items to create a one-of-a-kind experience. I can't wait to have an opportunity to do this for a team I love, or a band I love, or a brand I love. So really cool stuff, and this is something I absolutely wanted to include here. And this is something I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts on all the topics I covered here today. I love hearing those comments. If you have any questions on them, I'm happy to answer them the best I can. Not a pro on all of these things, but as always, I'll do my best. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you all for checking out this video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, an excellent weekend, and until next time, we'll see you soon.